Are aliens just future versions of humans? Us? Just more evolved, more developed, more technologically advanced? That's what we're going to be looking at today, as there has been a video that has been released by News Nation on Ross Coulthart's podcast, where he has stated that aliens may just be humans from the future. This is pretty insane. Let's strap yourselves in because you ain't seen nothing yet.
A new theory is generating buzz this morning, and it all has to do with aliens and time travel. News Nation special correspondent Ross Coulthart dives into the theory that aliens are actually future humans during his latest episode of News Nation's Reality Check podcast. And Coulthart asked the question, why do aliens have a human shape?
If you look at these great aliens, they seemingly have a form consistent with the continued evolution of these traits.
What if this is just like, you know, that have you ever watched the film Paul? You know, with the alien. It's a comedy. It's like a silly movie with Simon Pegg and the other guy. I can't remember his name. But, you know, the idea is that Paul is in this warehouse in Area 51. And he has, like, provided Steven Spielberg and, you know, the biggest directors in the world with his image, basically. And he's basically written the scripts about aliens, and it's all based on his image, which is why he looked like such a stereotypical alien. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe in Area 51 it's just an absolute party.
Namely, an increase in brain size, mediolateral expansion, what we call neurocranial globularity, a continued reduction and retraction of our mid and lower facial anatomy, smaller ears, more intelligence.
Okay, joining me now, News Nation special correspondent Ross Coulthart. Ross, thanks for joining us on this Monday morning. In that clip that we were just playing there, I believe you were chatting with Dr. Masters. Break down this theory for us. What exactly was he hypothesizing there?
So Dr. Michael Mastersbrook is a professor of biological anthropology at the Montana Tech University in Butte, Montana, and he's come up with this theory that when you look at the classic description of aliens, they're always humanoid. They've always got two eyes, they've got two arms, they've got two legs, and he looks as a scientist at the biological improbability of beings in other parts of the universe developing exactly those same kind of characteristics. And it's very, very unlikely. The reality is that whatever they are, they're probably related to us, and that's his theory. His theory is that they are perhaps future humans, that we've evolved into these big-headed grey creatures, perhaps in a new world after some catastrophe or apocalypse, and that what we've done is adapt to...
I'm not gonna lie, I'd say that's a devolution. Because we got ugly, if that's the case. We got hella ugly. Where's my hair gone? Why are my eyes so big? Why is my face triangular? I look like a Giga Chad. Like, if this is how humans evolve, let's just stop. Let's just call it a day. Because we are evolving backwards in looks if this is the case.
The new environment. And he's also just recently published a new paper suggesting that whatever these beings are, they could actually be living amongst us as crypto-terrestrials.
Is this what he means when he refers to biocultural evolution? That idea that there was some, you know, horrible thing that happened and we sort of had to evolve to continue living?
Like what, I wonder? I wonder what we evolve into, or what the cause of the evolution is.
Sure. I mean, one of the things that is a consistent theme of many UAP experiences, people who say they've had encounters with entities or beings, is the commonality of their descriptions of these beings with big black eyes, which are consistent with perhaps beings that are living in an environment with considerably less sunlight than we have now.
It would also explain the grey skin, but like, the question I've got so far is, if we were, you know, we evolved into aliens, right? What we picture as aliens and they're time traveling back. Why do they need to abduct humans? Why do they abduct people? Why do they abduct cows? You know, stereotypically. Why do they need to perform experiments on human beings? Why do they need to probe them? You know, like, what is that about? If humans, or if aliens are humans just in a future form, maybe they just want their good looks back. Maybe that's why. They're just trying to reverse the physical effects. I don't know. But I just find that really weird. And if they've got the ability to go back in time, why don't they just go further back in time to a time before civilization now and just kind of form civilization with the technology that they've got and then literally like expand humanity to like just this huge conglomerate, you know? I don't get it. I feel like this is a bit of a nonsensical idea.
And heaven forbid that this ever does come to pass, but of course one of the apocalyptic predictions for this planet, and we live in precarious times right now, is the possibility of nuclear war that might cause some kind of nuclear winter that blocks out the sun's light perpetually, and the risk of that is enormous. And how would we evolve if that did happen? And the speculation that he makes, and I think there's some legs to what he's suggesting, is that these beings, if they exist, whatever they are, they do look a lot like us.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, they do, but again, I hold my reservations to this because I just don't feel it, you know? I just don't feel like there's that level of actual... I don't feel like this has got any legs or weight to it, you know? But another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the head of science over at NASA. Dr. Nicola Fox describes what she would do, specifically what she would do, if she received an object or a message from an alien civilization. Now, I thought this would be like just a fun little thing to throw into this video as well, to take a little look at, just to see how NASA would allegedly react if they ever weirdly found aliens, which, you know, of course they haven't yet, because, well, they wouldn't be talking about it, silly.
So, Nicola, we are sending all these telescopes out there looking out from this mortal coil. But who's to say that an alien civilization out there ain't doing the same to us? Could it not be a case of here's looking at you, looking at me? And if some sort of communication or object came from an alien civilization, what's the NASA policy to deal with it?
Wow.
That caught her off guard, didn't it?
It would probably depend what they said, I should think.
But how long would you have to keep it quiet?
Oh, so okay, so NASA, all NASA data are public. So I mean, NASA might be involved in helping to actually, you know, do the study on something, but we would not classify the data.
She's just lied through her back teeth. Like, come on, man. Who you fooling? You know for a fact, if you found an alien civilization, right, you would not be allowed by the US government whatsoever to publish your findings whatsoever. You are lying through your back teeth, lady. Bullshit!
So NASA would talk openly about what we'd found. And that's actually, you know, I didn't get into, that was another element of the talk, is really how do you break the news? How do you break the news to the general public that you have found other life?
How do you break the news?
Right, how do you?
How would you break the news?
How would I break it?
Yeah, what would you do?
I would say, hey, everyone, guess what I did today? Well, you have to do it very carefully. And number one, you also have to make sure you're right. So there is, you know, there's that element of being open and transparent and also accurate. Because what you don't want to do is give misinformation and then have to take it back. So there is a lot of, you know, in the scientific method, there is a lot of you know, the are we sure? Have we verified? Trust but verify. And some results you put out quickly, and sometimes they turn out to not be right. And the reason you put them out quickly is you want everyone to look at it and help you just verify it. But there are others where you would have to be careful, and it would not be NASA that broke that news. We would do all of the data analysis, and that would
so it would be the president.
It would be the US government, and then they would decide whether they wanted to release it or not. So actually, you know, yes, all your findings are public, but you have to filter it through the government first to make sure it is actually allowed to go public. So, you know, you're, again, just lying through your back teeth there.
Until somebody...
Or, well, it would depend on probably the country that had made the discovery. But,
right.
But NASA would do all of the work that we were asked to do to verify it. Thank you very much.
Oh wow, so that was just that was a big old nothing burger, wasn't it? Basically, she's just like, yeah, we would definitely tell you about it, but we'd have to just make sure that we're allowed to tell you about it first. What do you guys think? Do you think that if NASA ever discovered alien life, they would genuinely tell us and go public with it like she states that they would? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I thought it was just a really interesting talking point. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new. Tickle my little bell to get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Cannot wait to see the next one. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.